Good evening, guys. I know it's been a hot minute. I have no idea how this will turn out because I've got no lights on, barring my very fancy and loved sunset alarm clock. Sorry. And the light will gradually dim. I've not got a mic on. I've been wanting to kind of come and say hi for a while, and I've just been put off because I'm like, oh, the room's a mess, and oh, I'm going to have to get this set up. And I thought, I'm just going to come and say hello. I know it's been a super long time, so if anyone is still out there, hi. I hope you are well. I hope your family are well. Wasn't COVID weird? I don't think I've been on since COVID. I don't think I've been on since before then. There was a lot that happened because of COVID to me and my loved ones kind of at the time. Thankfully, no one in my family passed away or anything. We were very, very lucky. But it was a really difficult time. So I thought I'd just kind of say hi and fill you in on what's been going on. It's a super weird angle. Don't worry about it. The camera-wise, I'm in bed. I'm in my pajamas. I've got a cardigan on because it's cold. Actually, we have the heating on, which I'll come to. Which, yeah, it's costing a fortune. Yeah, Britain's going really, really well at the minute, isn't it? With everything. But anyway, so before we went into lockdown in England, I got COVID. Now I know at that time you're like, oh, you didn't have the test, you don't know if it was. Trust me. COVID for me has a very specific feel to it. And having had it again and again, I know for a fact that was COVID because it had that feel. I felt the same. I was in bed for a couple of weeks. My partner got it. I was going to say husband, but at that time we were not married. So my boyfriend, my fiance, whatever you want to call him, my fiance, did get it as well. We were laid up in bed. He recovered a lot quicker than me. I was in bed for a good 2 weeks, and then cool, pop on. Lockdown hit. We were both still working. We are both key workers. We were still working. My work was very different to his. Mine became a lot more manageable in a way because of the restrictions. His did not. So he got into a really kind of bad place. He was working very, very long hours in a company that do not appreciate him, a boss that just was horrible. He was a bully. Okay, the boss was a bully. And I got a phone call. No, before that, I was, his mental health was really bad, and there were kind of panic attacks and all sorts of things, and it was really hard sort of talking him down with panic attack and then me going to work and then coming back and redoing it. So this is when my workplace was still kind of open. Anyway, so I got a call one day and from his work saying he'd been taken in an ambulance to the hospital, and I just freaked, completely freaked out. They thought he'd had a heart attack, and he was in the hospital, and I couldn't visit because of the rules. Sorry. At this time, my dad was also in the hospital. He had like an aneurysm thing, and he actually recovered brilliantly, but it was just kind of falling apart, right? So Francis was in the hospital. He thought he had a heart attack, and I was like, oh my god. Anyway, came home, thank God. And it wasn't a heart attack or anything, but it was stress. The stress that he had been put under had caused him to have the symptoms of a heart attack. So that was really scary. Obviously, he couldn't work at that point, and it was really difficult. We were both at home, and he still wasn't in a great place, and that was really, really hard. I think for both of us. And I know it's a bit selfish saying, "Oh, it was really hard for me when he'd gone through it all," but actually living with someone who is going through something like that and isn't well is very draining. It's very difficult. So, I basically said, you get into counselling and you look for a new job. Those are my conditions. So, going to counselling, very proud of him for that. It's not easy, and that was amazing. And he got a new job, and his new job is absolutely fantastic. He's happy. Oh my goodness. They did find something wrong with him actually, medically. So that was really good to know, and he's obviously gets seen regularly for it and all of that. But anyway, so yeah, and then just gonna check my light. My light's on the sunset setting, so the light's gonna go down and down. I'm a bit worried I'll just end up in the dark, so I might pause it and fix it. And then like a bit after that, I'm trying to think. During lockdown, it was sort of weird, wasn't it? And we just, yeah, which is weird. Very different. I think different people experience different levels of difficulty with it. Obviously, I'm very lucky. I'm in a safe home with people I love, but not everyone was that lucky. My family had COVID, and an ambulance was called to the house, but it was fine. It was fine. All was good. I think it's just scary when you can't breathe and things. Anyway, our wedding, we postponed our wedding because of COVID, obviously. And things started opening up and all that jazz. Anyway, I ended up getting COVID for a second time when things had opened up. I was very ill. I wasn't in hospital, but I was at home. I was off work for 3 months and I was ill. I was so ill. I cannot explain how poorly I was. The doctors and the nurses were ringing us regularly. I was very confused. I was on loads of tablets because when I had, so it's my tummy grumbling. When I had COVID, I had at the same time a chest infection, sinus infection, a tooth infection, and that was horrible. And I was just really unwell. So I had everything at the same time because my immune system was just shot. It was gone. My oxygen was really low. They put me on steroids at one point, which were amazing. I felt like Superwoman, and I swear I've never eaten so many custard creams in my life. And then coming off them was really rough. I don't know why. It shouldn't have been rough. I wasn't on them for that long, but it was rough. And that's when I got very low in oxygen, where we should have gone to the hospital, but I just wanted to sleep it off. When my fiance came to check in on me, I was like, he thought I was dead, which freaked him out, but I was just very still and quiet because I was finding it so hard to kind of move and breathe and everything. People at work took turns in visiting me, which was super cute. I'm known for not being great on my own and needing company and things, and they came to visit and took it in turns, and it was really sweet actually. I went back to work too early, but never mind, got on with it. All was good. He was in a much better job. I had my promotion, which was really cool. And then, can you believe it? A month before my wedding, I got it a third time. Oh, yeah. I was nowhere near as bad. I was still very ill. I still went back to work too early and was sent home straight away. I don't even remember going home, to be honest. um, so, yeah, 3 times. Fun. Also, spread it around to lots of people. But tests were coming up negative, and you had to be in if you were negative and everything. Obviously, now if you test positive, you still got to be in. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. Whatever. Anyway, so all that saga, all that horribleness happened, and then we had our wedding, and it was amazing and the best day. And I'm so happy to be married to my husband. Love him to pieces. We have had a big issue with the photos where they have actually been stolen from the editing suite. Excellent, which is really gutting, but and I am gutted. I'm so upset about it, obviously. But I had the best day, and nothing can take that away. Love how like this is just getting darker and darker. And then I had to apply for my promotion permanently, and I got it, which was really good. It was stressful but good. I work very long hours. I work hard and I work very long hours. So it's one of the things that really puts me off making videos. Oh, I forgot something massive. So when just before I got COVID the second time, okay, my husband went back into hospital with bronchitis, really unwell, and he came out and he was not right. Like a week later, he still wasn't right, and I went round to the GP surgery, the doctors, and they were like, "Oh, we can give him a call in a week." And I said, "No, no, 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 no. He's been overnight for 5 nights in hospital. Come out, and he is still not right. Someone is calling him today." She was like, "Oh, goodness me, yeah, yeah, of course." She was really, really great. And I was like, "I know you've had a really busy day. I know you're super tired, but I really need someone just to call him. Please, just call him." I think it's tonsillitis, but I can't get anywhere. She was super great, super lovely. And it was indeed tonsillitis, and we got him sorted. And then we got told we had to move house. And it was, it was so stressful. He was recovering from bronchitis and tonsillitis and sick as a dog. And that was my fault because I brought home a sinus infection that he got, and it just went whoom. And it's because COVID just destroyed our immune systems. So that was really rough. Anyway, so this year, from September to December, I was just not well again. And I was having infection after infection, and I was coughing up. It was not nice. They actually treated me for pneumonia. And while I was at work, I actually ended up coughing up some blood, and I was really unwell. And I'd been to the doctors the day before. At this point, I had had 3 rounds of antibiotics. I was on my 4th. I'd been to the hospital for x-rays and like a sample of like the loveliness coming out. And we just weren't really getting anywhere. So when I went to see the doctor again, she was really nice. This lady I went to see in the 4th time. Really lovely, and I said to her, "I'm so sorry to come back. I'm so sorry. I feel awful coming back again for the same thing." She went, "You sound really unwell though. You need to be here." She listened to me and she said, "I think you have an asthma cough. I think you're asthmatic." So it turns out I am asthmatic, and it turns out that since I had COVID badly the year before, it had triggered asthma in me. And it had gone untreated for a good year, and that's why I was so poorly. That's what they think. I've been on a steroid inhaler now for just over a month, and it has changed. Oh, it's amazing. I cannot explain how much better I feel. I'll also show you what else I'm taking. I'm also having to take this. Oh, you can't see because the lighting is so bad. Let me turn it around. This is Berkney's. So after I had COVID, my sinuses, like, I don't know if you've had a long COVID, It's really difficult to officially diagnose, but people are pretty sure if they've got it or not. I mean, you know how you feel, right? So one of the things I had was searing sinus pain daily. My smell and taste took ages to come back, absolute ages, but it was a searing pain in my sinuses I'd get. So she also, along with the inhaler, prescribed me Berkneys, which you don't need to be prescribed. Sorry, in England you can buy over the counter at the pharmacy, and it's amazing. It's a nasal decongestant, but it's a steroid nasal decongestant, but you can buy it over the counter. It's fantastic. Obviously, don't take it without medical advice. Blah blah blah. And it's really helped everything. Just the sinus pain, the what was happening in my lungs, the crackling, the wheezing. That with the inhaler has helped enormously. So that's kind of what's been happening. I'm finally better. Looking after myself a lot better, as is my husband. We are drinking water, we're hitting the gym, we are eating much better. I'm very proud of us. We've worked really hard. And long may it continue. Look how bad this has got. You can't even see me. Anyway, so I wanted to say hi, give you a little update. I really want to work on this channel, make videos and things. I'm so inconsistent. I'm naturally actually quite an inconsistent person in my usual life. Not in work life. Work life I'm like boom, boom, boom. But out of work I'm really messy and quite impulsive and I want to do this. But I'm trying, I'm working on it. Anyway. So yeah. I hope you're having a good time. I hope everyone is safe and well. My tummy is grumbling. I'm really sorry. It's been fed. She doesn't need to keep grumbling about not having food. She's got food. So yeah, I've been watching loads of ASMR videos that I really want to do a recommended videos at some point, or recommended ASMR artists, because I watch so many. So I'm going to say goodnight because my light is about to go out, and that signals bedtime, sleep time. I wish you well, and if anyone is still here, thank you so much for sticking around. And yeah, I have actually thought about, some of us we used to chat a little bit in the comments or in messages, and I have thought about you, I genuinely have. There's just been a lot going on my end, and I kind of stick my head in the burrow, as it were. So, do say hi, and I'll see you in hopefully sooner rather than later. Good night, my lovelies.